I'm KATZ, and this is The Breakdown. I was basically making music for fun on GarageBand because it was a free program I got on my laptop. And it really just started off as like experimenting with my voice and experimenting with different beats, and then it kind of grew into something that I had to take a little bit more seriously. That's when I really started presenting the music for people to hear, and also presenting music in another medium, which was a live performance where the character KATZ was kind of created. And ever since then, I've continued to grow as an artist and experiment, and had the opportunity to work and tour with a lot of other artists, from Lana Del Rey, D'Antwoord, Scissor Sisters, collaborated with artists like the Gorillaz. Yeah, that was kind of how the process began, with me experimenting with music and then it becoming a full-time job. On the studio breakdown today, I'll be talking about In, which is a track that's kind of inspired about going in. It's a commonly used phrase in the communities I'm in and online. If you go to Urban Dictionary and look up going in, it's kind of like a phrase about going ham, hard as a motherfucker, going in, giving it all you got. And that's kind of what inspired me to write the lyrics and title it In. I'd like to say the style of the track is genre non-conforming with the kink for hip hop. Co-producer Tony Quattro could not be here with us today, so I wanted to recite a little bit of a blurb he wanted me to share with you all. And he said, I initially started the beat off after a night of interstellar nightmares, taking inspiration from the intersections of house, quom, and beyond. Stacked fourths to me have a vintage sci-fi sound, which I use in the chord stab as a mark of an otherworldly presence. So that's kind of what he wanted me to share with you guys, and we'll get into logic and do a slight breakdown of the beat. So we start with drums, as you can see in the quom sample you hear in the back. Yo, what it do? Is it your interview? It was kind of inspired, or I was inspired by the dance energy behind the track, and the force and the energy that came with, and I wanted to match that energy with the lyrics. So after listening to the track about 150 times on replay, the lyrics finally came to me, and I kind of wanted to stack them up. And the way I write lyrics sometimes is really odd. It's like words paint by number, or but it's more so with like a stream of conscience, and then I kind of connect them all together so it makes some sense, and then spit them off at a spitfire, rapid fire type of way. And this section is kind of like a breakdown or a beat, so to say, because when I think of writing a song, I also think about how I would perform them live. And the live component of my show is really important to me, so I like to leave spaces in the track to kind of catch my breath, or have an elemental breakdown, and then come back in with the verse of the song. I'm going in, this time I'ma need me a real big win. The way I do my thing is a goddamn sin, like shit, where do I begin, yo? So in the second chorus is kind of where the inspiration for the title came, in. And I tend to do that with a lot of my tracks. I will write it and then try to figure out what the title will be. And it's kind of the word I think that has the most emphasis in the track. And it happens to be at this part, and I come in with I'm going in on the second verse after the break. I'm going in. This time I'ma need me a real big win. The way I do my thing is a goddamn sin, like shit, where do I begin? Yo, it's time to get it in. Who's up and coming for the next big win? Oh, you can't beat me, I'm the dance hall king. Yeah, I've been around the world and I'ma do it again. Now the next part is kind of like a vocal breakdown, or I like to call it, and it's like something I find extremely interesting with hip hop songs, especially like Missy Elliott or Busta Rhymes or Timbaland and Magoo, where they kind of did this verse or chorus that kind of match the beat of the dance. It's kind of like dance instruction, so to say. Like I'm a head banging, dread having, ass shaking, toe tapping, kind of to get you inspired and make you want to dance. Feel the same energy that's coming from the beat, and that's kind of two of the sections I have here within the break. And then the stab marks you hear, the dun 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 dun, is what I think makes it very ballroom, because there's that accentuated fourth, which is like a dramatic pause, or like you hit and do a dip and you kind of get everyone like on beat, so to say. And I think that's a part or a cue or point element within the beat that kind of really makes it stand out and makes you keep track of the fourth. So lyrically, I start the song with kind of my intro to introducing what the track is going to be about. And I kind of wanted it to be heavily stylized and also bright and energetic. So I start with asking a question is,
yo, what it do? Is it Vogue GQ or interview? On the runway, ready for the shoot. Glam squad got me looking hella cute. Yo, I'm in the mood. No, I can't stand still, I gotta move. On the dance floor, I need room. Yo, ZK, drop the tune. When I'm locked in, ain't no stopping. I'm so poppin', the beat keep dropping. Ain't no stopping, the beat keep dropping. I'm so poppin'. When I'm locked in, I'm so poppin'. When I'm locked in, ain't no stopping. Beat keep dropping. Ain't no stopping. Ain't no stopping. Ain't no stopping. The beat keep dropping. The beat keep dropping.
So that's my way of setting up the track. Is going to have a lot of movement. That's movement around the lyrics and the beats, and like I like to approach a track lyrically where I'm really syncopated with the music, so I'm hitting each pocket of space that's there to kind of help me accentuate my voice. So that was the first verse, and then the next part I go into is kind of like my chorusy / pre-chorus that is really repetitive and kind of goes in refrain to kind of help the listener find the catchiness. It's kind of like a hook. It goes, when I'm locked in, ain't no stopping, I'm so poppin', the beat keep dropping. Ain't no stopping, the beat keep dropping, I'm so poppin' when I'm locked in. And I guess that's kind of like my trick or my hook to get the listener deeper into the song and into the earworm, so to say, of what I'm going for lyrically. And then I repeat that and then go into the first verse.
Drop, what a time to be alive, just living my life up. Bitches on the right, whole life, hit the fight, can't find my type. This shit ain't right, can't lie, I tried, I'm surprised I survived. What a time to be alive, just living my life up. Bitches on the right, whole life, hit the fight, can't find my type. This shit ain't right, can't lie, I tried, I'm surprised I survived. With a little bit.
All right, so now I guess I'm going to talk a little bit about the process. So as I said earlier, the track was co-produced by Tony Quattro, and after I received the track, I kind of put the track in Ableton and Logic, and I kind of did some more work to make it match with my vocal, because I think as a songwriter who also produces, a lot of time you collaborate with people via internet or via the web, and they'll send you something and it works, but maybe you need to do a tempo change, or maybe you need to add more space for your vocals, or maybe you need to switch up the frequency or the keys, so if you have a low register voice, your voice isn't competing with the beat. So you're trying to make more space, and I like to make space for my vocals because that's my strong suit as a songwriter. So that's kind of how the track came about. I did more changes on it. Like I said, in the middle section, we also took a lot of the instrumentation out that he had in originally, so I could make more space for the vocal. It sounds full, it sounds fresh, and it sounds very clear. So that's why I brought Lupo in today, to also help break down the importance of mixing and mastering to get it sounding the way you want it to.
It was actually what's called stem mastering. So we got the backing track and on top the vocals to fit them together. That's quite important because the backing track came from another person, and so the vocals have been recorded somewhere else. So I tried to bring them together, using various processes. So at the end, it's about to melt them together in a perfect way, so it suits the production and what he wanted to achieve. As he just mentioned, so we met a year ago, so I got already an impression where it should go to. So the music is quite diverse, quite high energetic and energetic.
Yeah, that's all right. I got you, I heard you, I know what you were saying.
And So it was always, my decision was also to level the vocals towards the music and to use some saturation, for example, because it really suited a certain style of the music. And having the opportunity to have the vocal as an independent track was also helping a lot, because you can EQ, compress, treat the vocals the way they should be like. And of course also for this type of music you have the ability to make instrumental versions, which is important for the live concerts, for example.
Thank you for joining me and kind of giving a further breakdown of how we got the song to sound the way it is.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you very much.